over the years, Mike Baldoza, the all-time money-winning leader, is 6-0 on the TV series over the course of time. Mentioned Dick Florin, he and Vance Randall were on the TV series 8 times throughout their careers. Here we have 2 players that really have the backgrounds to return to the TV series over the course of time.
Without a doubt. There's a lot of history in this series. It is in its 28th production year.
I don't know about this one. Oh,
wow.
That might fall off. We've got an even match right here. Both players 9 under par. Going into 14, it turned out to be everything we expected.
That is definitely right. Now this is the somewhat of a roller coaster type
roller coaster hole. 3 little swales. Here's the third. That's off.
And rolls back just a bit.
Yes, I think that players who have missed this consistently have missed it off to their left. Haven't seen anything go off to the right. Let's see if there's any adjustment made right here at all by Chris. Haven't seen anybody miss this to the right.
These players are so evenly matched.
There it goes. Good job. He finds himself back in a situation of being 1 up. We go on to number 15. The staggered block hole. Good job by Chris to go ahead, take the deep breath, get his concentration back, lock himself in.
It's about a 15-foot putt. As you can see, there is a small little hill plateau up on the back by the obstacle. Either one can give you trouble.
A little motion on his part, didn't get it.
That was a good putt.
He felt that it was a good putt, but one of the things that I noticed there that he picked himself up. Normally, you know, the guys that lock in and stay right with the putt, including with their follow through, just get that little lucky break at the end. There goes the hitch of the pants again.
We'll have our little mannerisms.
As I mentioned, Alan has won over 300 tournaments of various types in his career.
Without a doubt, this would be the one he wanted.
Alan was ranked before the tournament started as seeded number 3, and he's got a tough shot here.
Again, when that ball breaks away up there, there's just no telling what direction it'll end up in, and with that obstacle in the way, sometimes there's no way you can hit it straight on.
Well, I don't think he can go straight on. I might be wrong. We don't have a very good view here of that angle, but I don't believe he can go straight on. He may have to go against the rail.
He could, as you said, the angle that we have.
Might be further away from that block than we thought. Yes, he is.
Good.
What looked like could have been a very difficult shot was a relatively easy shot. But he still finds himself 1 down going into 16. So we do know one thing about this match. Chris is going to have to play further than he has before because 16 was the farthest he had to go in any of his previous matches. Swings down around and he says sweet but not there.
I feel like just from Chris's comments to himself that he likes how he's hitting the ball. He's doing exactly as he wants, but they're just not falling.
You know, when you talk about consistency over their career's lifetime stroke average, Chris's is 29.5 and Allen's is 28.3. So not only do they win a lot of tournaments, they've just been so consistent in their play and have worked at it for so long. You're talking about 11 years as a pro is Chris, plus 4 years an amateur. That's 15 years playing. And in the case of Allen, even though he's just 22 years of age, he's had 10 years experience as pro and amateur.
It doesn't hurt them when they get to this point to have that kind
He's got it. And we're back to even. And now we have new territory for Chris Sanders. He's going to have to play 17 and 18.
That could make a difference. He has not had to play these 2 holes in competition.
And Allen has aced both of them. So he ought to have a little advantage here.
But I'm sure Chris right now is just trying to get himself mentally prepared, of course, depending a lot on what Allen does.
Please.
Ooh.
He's praying for it. He said please, and it didn't work his way.
You don't want to have to ace 18. It'd be nice to have just a little bit of padding before you have to approach that hole.
We have the opening here. 17 considered the second toughest hole on the backside. Chris really going to lock in here. Take a look at it. Think of all the hours that he has spent. Talking about 15 years playing and all the hours practicing. When you look at the list of tournaments that he's won, It's incredible. He did a little walking on that one. Nope, I don't see fellas make shots that start walking as soon as they've made contact with the ball. So we go to 18, all even. And as you said, Paul, 18 is not what we consider an ace hole. I think the gallery's starting to get a little nervous, starting to close in on him there. Billy may have to become a gallery marshal, much less a tournament marshal. Here we go.
We have seen it aced. We have seen players that when they've had to do it, but it can be tricky. That's a 3-foot incline. You've got to get some speed on it, and then the hole is on a slight rise itself.
Looks good. Looks good. He made it. All right. You talk about pressure now. Comes down to one shot for $16,000 for Chris Enders.
But if anybody can do it, Chris can do it.
Oh, he doesn't get it.
Well, I think we have ourselves a champion.
And when I'll tell you, when you win a championship, even going into 18 and ace it, you are a true champion. Great, great match. And we'll be back right after this message to talk to the new champion. Thanks an awful lot, people. One of the great matches that we've ever had on the TV series, and certainly when it comes down to an ace on 18 for a national championship, we've got a true champion, David.
You're correct, Billy. Fantastic match on 18, and I'm standing here with Chris Enders, a young man from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. 6 weeks ago, when I saw him in his first quarterfinalist match, Chris, I felt like you were on a mission here. You had a mission to accomplish, to be the title, to take home that title back to Oklahoma City. Obviously, you didn't. What are your feelings after today's match?
It was a great, great match, one I'll always remember.
Well, you know, it was a great match in that in your quarterfinalist match and your semifinalist match, you just burned the course up. What was a turning point, if there was one today, on the course?
Well, I think probably Alan topping me on 9 to stay within 2, and then myself missing 10 and missing 15.
Because you took your deuce, you know, and 2 weeks ago in your semifinalist match, you aced the whole back 9 to close it out on 16.
Right.
So that deuce on 10 was a little bit unique.
It hurt big.
Well, let me say this, Chris. You're here with a mission, and as commissioner of the PPA, it's my pleasure to have people like you and pros like you affiliated with our sport. And I'd like to present to you the title, which symbolifies the runner-up and the Putt-Putt National Open Championship and the $3,500 consolation check. Thank you so much, Chris. I know we'll see you again in future years. Thank you very much, Chris. Billy, you've got an outstanding young champion there, aced 18 to win the title. What about him?
Well, Alan, just a great job throughout the course of this tournament. You started off having to play an amateur, a little bit of pressure on you right there, but you've come through every step of the way. We knocked off a guy that I thought maybe was invincible here. Played extremely well today, didn't you?
I thought I played good. Chris got up on me early, and like he said, I stuck with him on 9 after I topped him on the ace. And then the interview with Billy, he started naming off my JPA championship and my national championship, and that sort of pumped me up, and I said, I want this one. And I made the next 4, and I just got in the lead and kept it.
Well, I thought coming into 18, I mean, that's the way championships are supposed to be played. 2 outstanding guys that have really been the class of the field going to that last hole. You never had any doubt whatsoever you could roll in that putt, did you?
On 18?
Yeah.
There was doubt, but I just ran at it anyway, and it went in. It was a great feeling.
No doubt about one thing. Here is the National Championship Trophy. It was something everybody shoots for. And, David, I know you've got something else that's very important.
Alan, on behalf of the PPA as commissioner, it's my pleasure to congratulate you and present to you your first place check for $16,000. Congratulations, Alan.
Nice going.
Thank you.
And, Paula, it's been a pleasure working with you. Take it on.
It was definitely a pleasure for me. Hey, gallery, did you have a great time?
Yeah!
Well, I know that we did, and speaking of we, I can only be speaking for myself, Paula Edge, PPA Commissioner David Lloyd, and Billy Packer. Hope to see you next year.